Hey everybody, so today is about my labor and delivery story and how I found out I was pregnant and yada yada yada. So, the first thing first is that grab a snack and something to drink because this is a pretty long story and I'm going to tell y'all every detail. So, let's get to it. I am drinking that flat tummy tea right now, so I will be drinking this throughout the whole video until I'm done, whatever. So anyways, and I will probably be eating cookies even though I'm trying to lose weight, but it's fine. And then I have my son here who's eating the raisins. They're like sweet. I barely like it. I hate raisins, to be honest. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant. I was 18 years old and I was a senior in high school. I didn't know. My baby daddy, he knew. He was the one who asked me, like, he was like, hey, do you think you're pregnant? And I'm like, no. But then I realized, like, I was thinking to myself, I was like, wait, I'm eating a lot, I'm gaining weight. Because before I got pregnant, I was like this. I was this skinny. And I would eat a lot and I would not gain weight. But this, I don't know, it was different, and like I saw myself starting to gain weight and my boobs were hurting and being all tender, and I was like, nah, I can't be pregnant. But my mom, she kept asking me, hey, do you need a pregnancy test? I'm like, and I'm looking at her like, what? No. So one day my sister took me to McDonald's and she saw that I was eating a lot, and I'm like, man, I'm so hungry, like, why? And she was like, are you eating a lot? I'm like, you look like you're gaining weight. I was like, yeah. And she's like, girl, you're probably pregnant. I'm like, don't say that. So we went to the Family Dollar store and got like those accurate ones, and it came out positive. I'm like, nah, this is just $1 cheap stuff. So so we went to Target and we got the 2-pack and they both said positive. I was like, alright, you know what, whatever, I'm pregnant, oh well. So we got home and my mom just woke up, and I was like, and I put out the pregnancy test. I was like, here, this for you. And she was like, can't stop playing. I'm like, nah, I ain't playing. And she was like, for real? I was like, yeah, for real. And she didn't believe me, so she asked my sister. She was like, mom, that's Catherine's. And her face went from sleepiness to like upset, and I'm like, whoa, damn. But whatever. And so that next day I went to the restroom, and I texted my cousin. I was like, hey, do you know any clinics that's open? I think this was like the weekend, whatever, like Saturday. And she's like, no, for what, your asthma? I was like, nah, for something else. She's like, what? So I took a picture of the pregnancy test and I sent it to her. She's like, oh my god, Kat, for real? I was like, yeah, I mean. So she came over, brought me Clear Blue, and I was 3+ weeks pregnant. I was like, alright, then I'm more. This was back in February 2014 that I found I was pregnant. What? No, April. April was the month that I found I was pregnant, because February was the last time I, so this was in April 2014. And so Monday I didn't go to school. We went to a clinic. My mom, me, and my sister, and my cousin. Wait, my mom, me, and my sister, my cousin. Okay, yeah. And we went to the clinic, and sure enough, there was a little peanut inside of me. So yeah, my baby daddy was there throughout my whole pregnancy. And until towards the end of my pregnancy, he was acting very, very weird and strange. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Okay. He told me to name my son Evan Jamal Bonus after him. Well, not after him, but like his middle and his last name. So that's what I did. I ended up naming him after his dad. And 1 week after, well, okay. So I went into labor. This was on November 3rd. At 1 o'clock in the morning, and my mom wasn't home. She was at work from 10 in the morning. No, from 10 at night to like 6 in the morning. So she was at work. I was at home having contractions. And I thought it was the Braxton Hicks contractions. I thought it was the Braxton Hicks. Shut it! I thought it was the Braxton Hicks contractions, but they were hurting. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So, yeah, I texted my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm having contractions. They're like, I think this time they were like 10, 12 minutes apart. She's like, okay, well, you're still going to school. I was like, okay, whatever. From 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., I did not sleep, so I just stayed up, got dressed for school, and I went to school, and I was still having contractions. So when second period came around, it was English, so we were writing our essays. We were writing our essays and had a really bad contractions, and this time they were 3 to 5 minutes apart. Evan. They were 3 to 5 minutes apart, and they were just coming hard. So I told my teacher to email the nurse and tell her that my contractions were 3 to 5 minutes apart. So she did. I went to third period, and I lasted in the middle of third period because the fact that my contractions were hurting. Like, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit. I was just in pain. So finally the nurse called me, and I went to the nurse. She was like, so your contractions are 3 to 5 minutes apart. I was like, well, now they're 2 to 3 minutes apart. I wasn't timing them at all. I was just like, I'm not even gonna time them because I am hurting. Like, I didn't care at this point. So she called my mom, and at the time my mom didn't have a car, so we had to wait an hour for my sister to get to my mom and another hour for them to come to me. So so I was there for completely 2 hours, but I was asleep. Like, I fell asleep and whatever. So we woke up. Well, I woke up because I heard my mom's voice. So I went home. Well, they told me to go home, so I went home. And I didn't go straight to the hospital. We went to Chase. We basically went somewhere, and then my contractions were 1 to 2 minutes apart. And I was like, holy fudge, like, this hurts. And so I called my OBGYN, and she told me to go to the hospital. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And they checked for dilation. I was 5 centimeters, and they didn't know if we were gonna have a baby that day or not. So basically, they put an IV, took my blood pressure, whatever. So the doctor came in, was like, oh, well, Miss Gaslis, we're gonna have a baby by 7 p.m. I was like, okay, that's fine. So they admitted me. I was still having contractions, and then sit down. So then 7 o'clock came, and still nothing. Like, I was still in labor. Well, I was still in labor, but I was just still having contractions. Now, I did get the epidural, but it wore off, so technically I didn't get it. It didn't work on me, so I had to push without any medications and stuff. But yeah, he ended up being born November 3rd, 2014 at 11:40 p.m. It was a really huge struggle because the fact that I was tired and I didn't sleep because I was up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I didn't sleep. I tried to sleep at the hospital. I couldn't either. So I'm like, whatever, I'm not even going to sleep. After I gave birth to him, it was really stressful because the fact that I was being stubborn and he was being stubborn. So they had to use like these tongs to help me out. So they used the tongs, And my son basically ripped me open. Like, from the inside out, they had to sew me everywhere. I lost a lot of blood, so they had to give me 2 bags of blood of someone else's. I had a high fever. I think it's like 104. I think it's like 104 or something like that. And since I was on antibiotics, they had to give him antibiotics. So I was there Monday morning to Friday in the afternoon. So I was there about like 4.5 days. 5. I was there for a really long time. So I was discharged the 3rd day, but they had to give him his 2nd antibiotics. So we didn't leave until Friday. It was a really struggle labor. I wouldn't recommend getting the epidural because it does mess up your back. Well, for some people, it doesn't mess my back up. My cousin got it, it messes her back up. My sister got it, it messes her back up. But it's really painful, but at the end, it's all worth it because the fact that your child that you created is here. He's being born. He or she's being born, and you just forget about the pain. Once you have them, like, it's nothing. It's nothing. Like, you're just like, whoa, is this my baby? That's how I was. Like, when he came out, I was like, is this my baby? My family's like, yeah, that's yours. I'm like, nah, he ain't mine. But he ended up being mine. So I'm like, okay. But I am a single parent. I am raising my son by myself. His dad is nowhere involved. For those of you who have help, like, I'm jealous. I wish I have someone to help me, but you know what? For some of you single moms, like, congrats, because it's freaking hard. It's hard being a single mom, raising kid on your own. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie. From him being born to now, like, I still cry. I still get depressed. I still feel like I'm alone, but deep down, like, I know I'm not alone, you know. It's not my family. I have his dad's side of the family. Like, it's tough, but you just gotta push yourself towards it. I did not graduate after high school. I did not graduate after my son because I was going through baby daddy drama and yada yada. So I dropped out of high school, and I still haven't got my GED. I'm working on it, trying to be a successful mother. So that's basically my story. Hope y'all enjoy this video. For those of you who are single parents, just keep your head up and don't let anyone bring you down, because it sucks being a teen mom. Well, a single parent. I'm with you on it. I know how hard it is. I know how much time it takes. Like, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. And just what I learned is that never let anybody bring you down, because the more you're dragged down, the more that you're not going to be successful, and that's not what you want towards your kids or towards yourself. So please give this a thumbs up. I hope y'all like this video. For those of you single moms, feel free. I will leave my email, I will leave everything down below. My email, my social medias down below. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be gladly to help y'all. And please give this a video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.